Welcome back, everyone. I go over several things this video, but first things first. Personal goal about a month and change ago. Talk about losing some weight. I started off at a full 265 pounds. We are down to a now 245 about a month later. Now, yes, I am tired. I blew an insulation in my attic yesterday and helped my buddy with that, and that involved hauling 40-pound bags of insulation all over the place. So I do count that as a workout, so deal with it. But anyway, we've been on track, eating healthy for 30 days, working out every day for the past week, making some steady gains. Solid. Now, other goal I said I was working on. I picked up when I was in Japan this lovely LSS binder. And it is a good bit. Obviously, very many spaces in here. But there is many pages of cards in here now for Rosetta. We are slowly but surely getting that completed. Put a few cards in here and there, go pull a box, put a few more in, rinse, repeat, yada, yada, yada. Now, on to the fun things. Flesh and Blood, High Seas. I don't know how many I'm getting yet. I have ordered 1,600. We will see what I get. I 100% will be getting at least 400. If I do only get 400, well, it's going to suck because I'm opening 0 and people are going to be getting cuts. However, I have yet to get less than 800 for the past few sets, so I'm expecting at least that. I, at 800 boxes, might still need to do some cuts, and I will personally not have any openings for the set if that is what I do get cut down to. That'd be a bit of a bummer, but again, I'd rather get product out to people, cycle things appropriately, rinse, repeat, do my thing. I can always pick up product later. It's fine. I don't mind waiting. I am always down to play the patience game. I will just be that guy and buy a bunch of singles, maybe. Ooh, evil investor. Singles, evil. On the other note, I'm going to cut the beard off. I'm thinking we go back to like the GQ look because this is getting long and obnoxious and it's hot outside and summertime is here. So I'll probably surprise my wife and just cut it off. That's going to be the play, I think. So this Friday, you will see me without a beard. As of tonight, you shall see me with a beard. So enjoy it while it's here because it's gone quick. Anyway, High Seas. This is the introduction of the Necromancer class and the Pirate class. Interesting. So we have a very spicy set. As I talked about several months ago, things are hard to get a hold of in the Pokesphere now. Things are harder to get a hold of in the Magic Sphere now. Speaking of Magic, I have a thing. I need to go. 1 second. You guys get my camera for 20 seconds. Aha! We've returned. We're back. I bought a secret lair. As everyone that knows me, I love Deadpool. So I had to get some Deadpool. So I have a Deadpool lair. The Deadpool Secret Lair, I think, will age very well over time. I'm actually going to open up one of these I'm going to actually open up one right now. And then I'm just going to stick those cards in a binder just to kind of have them. Because, again, I think they're neat. I like them. Whatever. I just bought one because I wanted them. I'll buy the other two, just kind of hold on and sit on them. Or just throw them onto the shelf because, again, I like the product, so why not? It's a very rare moment when I buy a Secret Lair. Now you're like, well, Richard, but if you bought every single Secret Lair since the beginning of time, yeah, I'm sure I would have done fine. However, they've been releasing lairs for like years. You know how much money it would have cost me to buy 5 of every lair that's been released since the beginning of time? It's probably a 6-figure sum at this point. Like, being honest, it's probably pushing 6 figures. If I bought 5 of every lair, probably a 6-figure sum. Now, granted, some of those I would have done amazingly on. Like the Kitties one. I would have slayed on the Kitties one. However, that's an exception. Most are 1x, 2x range. Nothing crazy. But there's some that have been some serious bangers. There's also quite a few that are not great. However, if I buy 5 foil, 5 non-foil, it's kind of expensive. So I just shy away from the product personally. Unless there's like a serious grab for me to purchase it. Which is, again, very important. If you're purchasing things that you are buying for your personal collection, it really doesn't matter the price point because dunked it. It's staying with you, so it doesn't particularly matter. Now, the real question is which of these three puppies do I open? Now, I could see, is there a difference in the barcode? Nope, barcodes are all the same. Yep, everything is the same. You know what, let's go for the middle one because that would be the most croc-like moment thing to do, right? And oh, it's been opened. It's been opened. Oh no. Huh. Well, that's interesting. This is just a little thank you for being a part of Secret Lair comic book style art thing. I don't really quite know what's going on there. And let's see. There's a. Oh yes. Now you might be questioning my sanity. Why did he get the foils? Well, you see, I actually thought this was a joke, and in fact, it was not. It was a real thing. I thought my buddy was just messing with me. I don't think the actual cards in here are super insane. Hello. But I do know that they're very good. Yes, the power. And mostly for this, because this is hilarious. And obviously you gotta have Deadpool riding a unicorn. So how can we not have that? And we can't forget the Deadpool being sawn in half in the first... That was the second one. He got ripped in half in the second one. That was the second movie he got ripped in half. Let's see. I think this is a shout out to Alice Infinity Goggle. But I mean, also, it's like the OG Deadpool uniform here. So, you know, it's kind of nice. Little decompose action. Blasphemous act. Fun, fun. And then also, like, hello, dude. It's Deadpool lighting his fart on fire or pretending to while lighting a Black Lotus on fire. Like, how awesome is that? Can't even deny that. And, of course, Deadpool holding a baby shark. Because, again, hilarious. So, I don't often buy Secret Lairs, but again, if you enjoy a particular product, purchase it. That is what this is for. It's fun. So just enjoy. That's what it comes down to, right? But back to High Seas. Now that we talk about the important thing, we're 7 minutes into the video and no one's paying attention. Prices on Flesh and Blood have gone up substantially. They're back towards MSRP. I will not be adjusting your single case prices or bulk discount prices that I gave you previously for the last set. Now, if prices do continue to stay up, people that have randomly, intermittently ordered and come here and there and gone, I will probably go up some. I don't plan on raising prices up at all for this set because, again, that's just what it is. On the off chance tariffs do hit for some strange reason, I don't think they will. I think everything's been shipped and paid for at this point. That price will be the amount that I raise it by. So if I pay, instead of 60, I pay 66, the box prices will go up by $6. I will not be raising them any more than that. The few of you that I was grandfathered in originally for, that I had to pay the price increase on my boxes, I think it was like $4.25 a box it went up by for me. That price will be going up by, I think it's like $1 or something like that. I need to go check the emails that I have with the few folks that are doing that. I think there's only 2 or 3 of you that express interest in this set this time. The demand for High Seas has been incredible. I know I said this with the Hunted. If you don't get any, you will regret it. I am warning you right now with High Seas. If you do not get some High Seas, you will regret it. Now, I will caveat that. There should plenty of time to acquire High Seas. It is a Pro Tour rotation set. It's going to be a part of most of the Pro Cycle stuff for the next few months. It needs to be available. Now, will it be $300 a case available? I don't think so. My personal opinion, I think High Seas is going to settle around $400 to $425 a case. If you're purchasing through me, that means you would be able to liquidate and make a little bit of profit, but not a ton. I think that is probably where it's going to settle. Now, everyone is focused and will continue to be focused on Rosetta and the Hunted. Anyone that is a speculator / investor will continue purchasing those products. People that want to open products for good fun and insane EV will also purchase Rosetta and the Hunted. You see where this dynamic is created. We've now created this dynamic where both collectors and players want the product. This is the sign of a fantastic product. If collectors want it, they will purchase it for the long term. If players want it, they will open it for the short term. There is no market right now, candidly. If you're purchasing cases at $480 for Rosetta and Hunted, right now, you can get lucky and still make money on your case. If you were purchasing those cases for $400 or less, you're probably looking at free money zone. If you're pushing 500 though, you're entering that kind of like shifty gray area, right? So like on the Hunted, I was averaging like 550-ish a case. Made 0 sense for me to sell cases at that point, right? I may as well crack it for singles. Singles have gone down some. Some of the Chase Marvels are less expensive. Some of the other stuff is flitted around. Things have gotten a little bit cheaper now. Case EV is probably around $450 on the low end, $500 on the high end. You will open a case of Hunted and not be disappointed. And there is a chance that you open up a case of Hunted and still pop that $800-900 box. Because the way the printer collation worked, you could have an EA CNC, you could have a cold foil legendary, and your Marvel could be something entirely separate, like slip through the cracks. So you could pop multiples of these cards. And I pop multiple EAs in a case sometimes, which means you could, in theory, hit Shelter EA and CNC EA. And then hit a Marvel on top of it that's like $200-300, and then you have all your non-foil. Like, you're easily $800-900 case. Like, easily. So the gamble is still there. This creates a great dynamic, right? As a single seller, you have opportunity to merc super hard. As someone who is just purchasing boxes, you have the chance to open up like a $400 box. There is a lot of amazing things when this happens. Now, what do I expect to happen with the Hunted over the next 6, 12, 18, and 24 months? I think over the next 6 months, I don't expect anything to change. Over the next 12 months, I think we'll see some retracement, but not much. I think over 18 months, we will see it kind of stagnate out, kind of like what Arcane Rising did, and it will find a little flat area. Shelter is a good card. As long as those legendaries and the Shelter holds price, Hunted will also hold price. That is basically my opinion. If Shelter starts turning into like a $20 or $30 Majestic, or goes lower, which I don't think it will, Hunted will go down. As it sits, you're basically guaranteed 1 or 2 Shelters per case. Not, well, I won't say guaranteed. Almost guaranteed 1 or 2 Shelters per case. Between the rainbow foil slot chances and your non-foil slot chances and the EA chance, there's enough rotation here on the odds that you can usually pop 1 a case, 1 every other case, sometimes 2. I think my average was literally 1 a case between the non-foils, EAs, and rainbow foils. I think it was about what it ended up being, about 1 a case. That might be high, I don't know. I opened up a couple hundred boxes. I did very well overall. As you guys, I did the math. I didn't do backwards math, but I did do the math. I don't see that trajectory changing long term. Now, very long term, products like the Hunted age very well. I can easily see the Hunted being a $700 or $800 case in the next few years. Maybe not next year or the 18-month time range, but I think between the out-of-print announcement for it, whenever it does come, and another year or 2 after that, I can easily see it bumping up towards $700-800 a case. My logic behind that is FaB's player base is not stopping. It's only getting bigger. It's not like doubling every year like it was a few years ago, but it is getting bigger consistently. They're seeing consistent player growth. Their tournament participation is going up. More LGSs are hosting events. Right now, with the higher price point on products, more LGSs are ordering. Granted, some of them are probably just buying and flipping it online. You begin to see like these patterns start to emerge, right? The market's doing really well. They're going to start doing more events. They can get more money in the pockets, rinse and repeat, right? So these cycles start to show themselves, and we're kind of running back into one of those cycles and it's kind of repeating. I think, again, you would be crazy to not have some hunted on a shelf. I think as a sealed investor, myself personally, as I have a shelf behind me in there, I have multiple shelves on the other side of this wall. I have millions of singles. Granted, most of them are a penny a piece, but it's fine. You know, penny, million singles times a penny. You know, these numbers add up over time, right? And I think if you don't pick up Hunted, Rosetta, High Seas, if you don't start building sealed positions in these sets, and even some of these older ones, I think Heavy Hitters, Mist Veil, I think these are all amazing sets to pick up. And I think as a sealed investor, you should at least try and have a couple cases of each. Again, this goes back to diversification, which is a main theme on this channel. I buy Magic sealed, I buy FaB sealed, I buy Weiss sealed, I buy Pokemon sealed. I don't buy only Pokemon or only Magic, right? Because I do that, historically speaking, over time, I will average out way better than someone who only hits one thing. If you hit all of it, you can't miss. That's the best part about it. I purchased a Weiss set last year that I literally was paying $55 a box for it, I think is what it was. And then I sold a couple of cases to a buddy of mine. He got a little bit of profit. I got a little profit. I lowered my cost basis down a couple bucks a box. I sold a case at $2,300. By the time I got my fees back and shipping and whatever the jazz was there, my cost basis on my remaining 3 cases is negligible. It's like a couple $100 because, you know, I was into that case for like $700, I think, right? $750, something like that. So I got to take that out at least. But so I'm basically into the other 3 cases for the cost of a case. I think those are all approaching now 120, 140 a box now, which means like they're back up over $2,000 plus a case. I have multiple Weiss sets I've done this for. You just miss these things if you don't purchase them. Now, I will say I don't buy every Weiss set and every Magic set, and I try to buy every Pokemon set, but I can't sometimes. And I do buy every FaB set. So I don't have infinite money, so I do have to pick and choose sometimes. Sometimes I miss some shots. I missed Fallout. I missed Lord of the Rings Holiday Collector Bundle or Holiday Collector Edition CBs. It happens. You can't hit everything. But the more you diversify, the better off you are long term. So that's kind of where we're at. The High Seas has been incredible. I think I'm actually like 800 boxes right now in pre-orders, which is fucking crazy. Like, I have never had that many boxes on request. Ever. I usually get like between like 3 and 450, I think is like the high point. I'm like double that, and I haven't even broadcasted, hey, this is what I have. I'm moving some cases. Who wants some cases? Haven't even gotten there yet. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, it's just bananas. I am mind blown. This is incredible. Like, I love it. It's so great. We will see what I get. Those of you that have put in early requests with me, you know what I'm doing. If I can't fulfill everyone's pre-order, I will basically cut down, if you're ordering over 5 cases, I will cut you down on a split percentage amongst everyone else that ordered over 5 cases. On the off chance that I get like ultra cut, I may have to reevaluate that and split it down and just slash everyone's order by a certain amount, and then 1-2 cases to get everything, 5 cases get cut by 1, and then I just start hard slashing after that. And that's, keep in mind too, I always keep like a 200 or 300 box pad in what I get so I can ship out as much stuff as possible. Some people are aware that I might have to ship it out in 2 waves depending on rules and allocations and stuff and how that comes, but I'm expecting a very smooth release for the most part, and a very, very spicy release for the most part, which will be great. I am very, very excited for this set. I think it's going to do exceptionally well, and I can't wait to load up a shelf on my downstairs with it. That's where I'm at with that. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for the support. Love you guys. We're doing great. See you guys soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.